Now, let's talk about a part of the body that doesn't get tracked by a Fitbit or reflected in a mirror: your emotions. So many women I work with tell me they feel too emotional, too reactive, or not emotionally strong enough. But let's name what that really is. It's really being gaslit by culture, by diet programs, by religion, by wellness influencers into believing our emotions are a problem to fix instead of messages we really need to hear. We're taught that the gold standard is to be calm, agreeable, and unfazed. So when we feel irritable, overwhelmed, or sad, we assume that we're failing. But here's what I know to be true: your emotions are not malfunctions, they're messengers. Let me say that again for the woman who's been holding it all together. You're not failing, you're not falling apart. You're finally hearing yourself. So think of your emotions as little post it notes from your inner world, each one offering information, not accusation. That anger you feel might be telling you that a boundary's been crossed. And that sadness might be asking you to grieve something that you just haven't allowed yourself to make space for. And that irritability could be fatigue in disguise. And anxiety, well, that might be your intuition just waving that red flag that something just isn't aligned. But because we're conditioned to keep the peace and to stay pleasant and not rock the boat, we shove down those emotions. And like any suppressed messenger, they just get louder. They start to show up in our bodies. We have tight shoulders, stomach knots. We clench our jaws. And that exhaustion we just can't explain, when emotions don't get expression, they find other ways to show up, often as physical symptoms that we're told to ignore, to medicate, or just to blame ourselves for. But there is some good news. Emotions are incredibly generous. They don't need perfection from you. They just need presence. So start by noticing, like, what am I feeling right now? What triggered this? And what need might be going unmet? No judgment, just observation. Because when you stop moralizing your emotions, you stop calling them bad or too much or weak, you can start to hear the deeper wisdom underneath them. And this is especially important for midlife women, because we're in a stage in life where emotional honesty becomes a survival tool, not a liability. You've spent decades holding it all together, smiling when you didn't feel like it, saying yes when you wanted to scream no, and managing everybody else's feelings while burying your own. But now you're allowed to feel it all. You need to, not a breakdown. It's an emergence. And here's another radical thought. What if your emotions aren't here to derail you, but to sort of reveal you? What if the irritability, the tears, the waves of frustration aren't signs that you're breaking down, but signs you're finally coming home to yourself? So instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Try asking, what is this feeling here to protect? What is it trying to tell me? Because your body isn't just speaking through hunger and fatigue. It's speaking through feeling. And every time you honor that feeling without judgment, you reclaim just a little bit more of your power.